Alright, what's going on, guys? It's time for another Diamondbacks commentary here. First of all, we're at the All-Star break. About at the All-Star break, rather. So, here is the Futures game, whenever I actually go to see who's in it. We got Braden Shipley, who made it into the Futures game in our organization. Great season in AAA. Excuse me. Matt Stites, our closer, also made it into the Futures game. So that's good. Let's see, anything else? Not pitching wise. So I think that's actually all I checked. I don't know if I went back. Anyway, here's the home run derby. I don't think we had anyone in it, even though Paul Goldschmidt's been really good with home runs lately. We're gonna go into the All-Star game now and see who made the National League All-Star team for the Diamondbacks. First, we're gonna look at the AL All-Star team. You got Marcus Stroman, who's I believe in his rookie year in this franchise, in the Toronto Blue Jays, having a good rookie season in real life, and hopefully he is doing well for himself here. I didn't look at the hitters, but here we got David Price starting the All-Star game, Shelby Miller second, Salazar third, Kershaw fourth, and Jose Fernandez fifth. Now all those guys are leading in some type of category for the majors, I believe. I know that Price is leading in ERA, strikeouts, and WHIP, I believe. I think Kershaw has more wins, though. I am not sure on that. Danny Salazar, a storyline to watch, has not lost yet this season, 12-0, and also has a great ERA and a lot of strikeouts. The closer, I believe our closer did not make it, actually, because he's blown 10 saves so far. And here's your lineup. I don't think we even had anyone in this lineup. Well, not that's already on our team. Spoiler alert, someone in this All-Star team ends up on the Diamondbacks in this episode even. It'll be coming up right after we look at the lineups for the National League All-Star game. All-Star team, rather. Next event in All-Star break is the AAA All-Star game. We're going to see who's going to play in that. We do have players from our team. The Pacific Coast League. I don't know what's going on with me today. Michael Fiers actually made the All-Star game. Matt Stites, closing pitcher, made the All-Star game for AAA. Tony Campana leading off for the PCL. Only hitting 265, but makes the All-Star game somehow. Juan Francisco, who's doing really well with the Blue Jays this season. He's not so hot lately, but had a great start with the team. Ryan Flaherty, Derek Barton, all in the MLB right now. Well, maybe not Derek Barton, but he was in the MLB last year. I know Derek Barton is in, or not Derek Barton. I know Ryan Flaherty is in the MLB. We also got A.J. Pollock on the bench for the All-Star team. We got a 358 OBP in the minors. So here we go. First trade, Diamondbacks trade Will Harris for Tyler Ibarra, just to shave years. Will Harris is like 34. Anyway, here's our huge trade. We traded Mark Trumbo and 2 B potential prospects for David Wright. Now let me get into that. First, let me set up the gameplay. We are taking on the Cleveland Indians. Danny Salazar will be pitching against his former team. And here's our lineup. Mike Morse is DHing, as the DH rule is in effect today with this game being at Progressive Field. So David Wright is now on the Arizona Diamondbacks. The New York Mets were trying to trade him most of the year, and we were able to give up Mark Trumbo and 2 prospects. They don't lose really any production with that, besides batting average, because Trumbo is better in the other 2 categories. So they actually kind of increase production, as well as getting some help for the future. They were in a rebuild mode, and Trumbo's younger than Wright. Wright's on a bigger contract, even though they'd never trade him in real life. They did in this game. So we now have David Wright. My problem was Trumbo was too slow to play the outfield, and his defense was not good enough to play third base. It was very frustrating how he would bobble balls and misplay. He would let balls go right by him that he should have been able to field. And it was just overall frustrating to have him play defense. He was a great hitter for me. Always did well with him. But did not field well, so we made an upgrade there. We are taking on the Cleveland Indians today. Danny Salazar getting a chance to pitch against his former team. I don't remember who their pitcher was. but he's currently a prospect in the Houston Astros farm system in real life, I believe. But here we go. Salazar already going to work against his former team. Gets a guy to strike out right there. And then we go into the top of the second with no score. I believe it's Mike Foltynewicz, who is the pitcher today. A deep fly ball to left field, and that is going to get down for a double. So we have a runner on base for, I can't tell who this is. This is really, my preview screen's kind of screwed up. So I'm going to have to kind of flub my way through this. Salazar going back to work, 0-1 count. He is going to, this batter is going to take this one deep, and that one is gone. A solo home run for the batter for the Cleveland Indians. I believe that was Nick Swisher who hit that home run. I believe it was Nick Swisher. So Salazar, not such a great start, does give up a home run to one of his former teammates for 2 seasons, well, parts of 2 seasons, 1 full season, and then whatever he played in 2013 before the playoffs, which was a few games. And then Salazar, next batter, is going to give up another deep fly ball, but Myers is in position to play that, but he doesn't play that. He completely misses it, and the runner ends up getting into third for a triple. We just wanted to make sure he wasn't going home. Actually, we threw it to third. But misplayed by Will Myers, so that's an unearned base runner for Danny Salazar. This ball is going to be played off the wall by Desmond Jennings and J.B. Shuck in the outfield, and then kind of misplayed by both of them. Jennings fires it into third, but that's a double for their batter. 0-2 count here. Strikeout for Carlos Santana, who's done that a lot in this season and in real life this year, even though he's walked a lot too. Sack, should have been sack flag. Should have got the runner over to third. The runner ends up staying at second, and Desmond Jennings fires it into third. And then 0-0 count. They are going to fly out, so they only end up getting 2 runs, only 1 earned for Salazar on that solo shot by Nick Swisher. But anyway, they go up 2-0. J.B. Shuck is going to walk in the top of the third with 1 out, and so we're going to have a runner on base for Desmond Jennings with an 0-1 count, and Shuck is going to jet into second safely. He was in there before the throw was even made, even though the throw was way offline. It wouldn't have mattered regardless. Desmond Jennings still at bat, 2-2 count. He is going to loft this one deep into right field. Runner, or the fielder, going all the way back to the wall. Shuck is going to be able to tag up to third. He almost could have gone home on that, but we weren't going to risk it because he is not the fastest, although he does have good speed. Desmond Jennings does have a sac fly right there. And then David Wright, in his first game, he is going to hit that one. Should have been a ground out, but it was thrown right over the first baseman's head. He tries to go for 2, but he didn't have time to go to second quick enough. Otherwise, he probably could have made it. But he gets to get back into first safely, I believe. But he didn't get anything else going that inning. Paul Goldschmidt fields this one on a line and goes back to first to tag it. And then next batter, 1-2 count, strikeout for Danny Salazar, again doing work against his former team. Although he doesn't have the lead right now, he has been very dominant against them, not giving up a lot of base hits. And then he gets another strikeout in the inning to end the inning. Jason Kipnis goes down swinging. Actually, that was a lot of hits for them. We only have 1 hit. Miguel Montero says, no, we don't only have 1 hit anymore. He takes that one deep to right field into the bullpen, and that's gone. A solo shot for Miguel Montero, who's having an excellent season. Surprised he didn't make the All-Star game. He was almost at the top of the league in batting average, which is very surprising because he has like a 50 contact versus lefties, and he's not ever career been over 300 hitter. He only made the All-Star game once in that year because it was in Arizona. Anyway, 0-2 count later for one of our batters. Strikes out swinging. So that was Mike Morse, actually, I believe. I don't know, I can't see it. My preview screen screwed up today for some reason. Anyway, Danny Salazar back to work in the bottom of the 4th, and he gives up a base hit. Should be a double for the batter. Desmond Jennings is going to fire that in to the cutoff man, but it goes to second instead of the cutoff man. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Anyway, 3-1 count, and this guy's going to walk Carlos Santana, so he gets back for that strikeout earlier in the game. And those runners on first and second with 2 outs. Mike Aviles is up at bat with an 0-0 count, and he is going to pop that straight up. Miguel Montero's there to field it. He does, and then goes back to the dugout because that's the end of that inning. We're up in the top of the 5th, and gonna walk. Desmond Jennings gets on base to start the 5th inning, I believe we're in. No, it's Chris Nelson, excuse me. It's weird having him in the lineup. I'm used to Rendon, but he was tired today. Shuck strikes out on a curveball, and so that's 1 out for Mike Foltynewicz. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Then they're going to say Desmond Jennings went around, even though he really didn't. That animation's stupid sometimes, but whatever. Anyway, we got Paul Goldschmidt now, 0-2 count. Runner taken off for second. He is going to be tagged out. That was kind of a bullcrap call. I thought that he was safe in there. I wasn't even trying to steal. What happened right there, as Danny Salazar gets a strikeout, is my PS3 controller, when I was playing this, was kind of like broken, and the left trigger would get jammed sometimes. So that's what happened there. I'm no longer going to have that problem, though. I'm starting to use my PS4 controller in the next few games. Because I didn't realize you could use your PS4 controller on the PS3. And that's a great thing because now I don't have to have multiple controllers. The only thing is I still have to have the other controller on hand. But I don't have to have 2 controllers for the different systems. So David Wright catches a pop out there. And so we have 2 outs now with a 1-2 count, and they are going to ground into right field. Runner goes to home. Will Myers says, you ain't having none of that, and throws it to home. Miguel Montero tags him out. And then they immediately come back and strike out David Wright to make up for that. And then Miguel Montero is going to actually ground this up the middle, and it's going to go through the glove of Mike Aviles, who is probably not, should not be playing shortstop. He's not a good fielder. Paul Goldschmidt strikes out looking. I don't think it's Paul Goldschmidt. I guess Chris Owings. I get those two confused. They look quite similar in this game anyway. Salazar going to work again. That's going to be a bloop single. That was a really weird play. I don't know why Wright didn't try and go back for it, but whatever. They're going to get a runner on base with no outs. 2-2 count now. And Salazar is going to give up another hit. This one to center. And the runner is going to go to third, stupidly, and he gets tagged out trying to go for third. I don't know why he was trying to go for third. Because even someone with a weaker arm probably could have thrown him out right there. But Salazar is then going to give up a double into the gap in Progressive Field. So that is going to score 1 run, and the other runner is actually going to stop at second smartly this time. So they have another run on the board, and we're going to cut to the top of the 9th inning because really nothing happened after that. Paul Goldschmidt leads off. He gets a walk. So our hopes are looking good. We got the game tying, or the game go-ahead run coming to the plate. Game tying runs on base. And Miguel Montero hits this one between first and second base for a single that advances the runner. And then Mike Morse, or not Mike Morse, excuse me. Will Myers takes this one deep to the gap in right. That's going to score 1 run. It's a tie game here. Salazar no longer on the hook for the decision. It would have been his first loss of the year. So we have 1 run in, and then Chris Owings gets hit in the foot by a pitch. Oh, we don't have a run in. Excuse me. What the hell am I talking about? Anyway, this one's going to get runs in. This is Mike Morse doubling deep into left field. And that's going to score 1. And then after realizing it's going to come down, we end up sending the next one. So we have runners on second and third now. We did get the go-ahead run in, and then that gets past the glove of Mike Aviles, and we are safe at home. So it's a 5-3 lead now for the Diamondbacks in the 9th inning, taking charge, trying to take a game from the Indians that they were leading pretty much the whole game. They bring Johan Santana into the game now to try and stop the bleeding, which was strange to see him coming out of the bullpen, but whatever. Anyway, Chris Nelson takes this one to right field. That's going to advance the runner to third, but really do nothing else. Runner ends up being safe, throws a little bit offline. If he had been a left or a righty, and he would have fielded with lefty, and he probably could have got him. Runner, I don't know what the hell this was, but you get caught in a rundown, and the runner gets tagged out. Addison Reed on for the save. He got 1 out. Here's another. This is going to be a pop-up in foul territory. Goldschmidt, with a great glove, is going to field. That actually comes back into the diamond a little bit. And then 0-2 count here. The runner is going to ground this, and Addison Reed flips it to first. And the Diamondbacks take a game from the Cleveland Indians with a ninth inning rally. Danny Salazar, even though he's not credited with the win, has a moral victory for beating his old team, Cleveland Indians, who decided to deal him for Daniel Hudson and Patrick Corbin. I actually was trying to look for a game where they one of those two was playing, but the way their rotation worked out, it was their top three before them, or their bottom three after them. I can't remember which of the two. But we didn't play either of them because I was just going to scratch Salazar's start before that and start him in this game. I was going to like put Cole Mentor in for him or something. And I was going to put him against Hudson or Corbin. Most likely Corbin because, well, not Corbin because we played like 3 lefties this year already. Anyway, it's going to wrap it up. Diamondbacks take another one. They are really dominating the league this year. Salazar actually does get credited with the win. I forgot all about that because he was in the 8th inning. Cody Allen gets credited with the loss. Switcher did have the solo shot, but that was about it. So, end of this game. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'm out. Peace.